big question. Is buying property in Australia can get you permanent resident? Does migration to Australia getting permanent resident is easy? Hi guys, my name is Welly Chandana. Today I'm with the migration expert, a professional migration agent, Alex Halim. Hi Alex, thank you for coming today and thank you for giving me your time. I know you are very busy with whatever you do. Today we're going to cover two questions basically about migration in Australia and buying property in Australia, whether or not they can get permanent resident, and briefly introduce of the path of your career as a migration agent. And yeah, take it over.
Thank you, Welly. Thank you for a nice introduction. My name is Alex Halim. I'm from Indonesia originally. I'm also a migrant before becoming an Australian permanent resident, now an Australian citizen. Now, I've been a registered migration agent since 2005, and since then to present I've been handling many different cases, from simple cases to complex cases. Just a normal visa application to visa cancellation and refusal.
Great. And for that, guys, I can attest with Alex's experience myself. In my case, I was only 1 week before I get kicked out from Australia, before I actually come to Alex and get him to handle my case. And guess what? Here I am 10 years later and still in Australia, still kicking, guys. And obviously, Alex, my first question is,
yes.
I know we talked about this before, but for the benefit of the audience,
yes.
Can you tell us what's the most common way to migrate to Australia, and then how do you normally obtain that?
Okay. You probably read a lot in the internet. There are ways to migrate to Australia. There are many articles saying this is how you do it, this is what you need to do. By actual law, there are 4 pathways that is commonly used to migrate to Australia. The first pathway is through the skill migration. The second pathway is through the employment-sponsored migration. The third pathway is basically business skills, and the fourth pathway is the family-sponsored or family pathway, either as a parent of an Australian citizen or permanent resident, or a spouse of an Australian citizen or a child. So that's why we call it family. And of course, there is another one which is not normally used unless you are in the situation where you meet the requirements of the humanitarian visa. Okay, so what is the easiest way to migrate to Australia? The question is very hard to answer, because at the end of the day, there is nothing easy. Nothing easy related to law. You need to actually see whether your circumstances fit to the actual pathway. You may fit to skill migration, but you may not fit to business skill migration. Then again, you may meet the business skill migration, but you don't meet the skill migration. Therefore, I suggest, if you are actually still in the initial stage of investigation or research, I recommend you to go to the immigration website, the Department of Immigration website, which is the Department of Home Affairs in Australia. If you look at in Google and search for the Department of Home Affairs, their website has been updated quite good. It gives a general understanding what is the requirement of those pathways. Yes, it does not give you a full detail whether it's going to be suitable for you, because the website is just to give you a general information. Then if you're comfortable after reading the article in that website and you make decision, I need to find out further, then I would suggest to actually engage a professional, not just any professional, a reputable and trustworthy professional. Okay, and that is very hard to find sometime. The reason I'm saying that, because immigration is such a big thing. It's not only you move from one country to another. It involves life, it involves a lot of money. So if you don't want to actually invest the beginning, you later on actually costing you more, not only financial, but also your mental as well, because you're being frustrated, you will be in the limbo indirectly.
Cool.
So that's
cool.
That is my suggestion.
Beautiful, beautiful. And I guess one of the things that I would like to cover as well, Alex, a lot of advertisement out there that buying a property in Australia can give you a permanent resident. And I personally myself never seen the law like that. And also, obviously, I'm not the migration expert, but I never advocate this kind of advertisement to my client, especially overseas client, because a lot of agents out there stating that, hey, buy property in Australia and, you can migrate to Australia. What's your view about that?
Unfortunately, that information is a false and misleading information. There is no such thing in immigration law that actually states that if you buy or own a property in Australia, you're automatically eligible for an Australian permanent residency or citizenship. Okay? Buying a property in Australia, it can be used to meet certain requirement of certain visas, such as business skill, as part of the calculation of the asset, in order to meet the requirement for the permanent residence on the second stage of the business visa or certain stage of the business visa. But again, I repeat, if you buy property and you're advised by the overseas real estate agent that you are eligible to get permanent residence as soon as you purchase the Australian property, is totally wrong.
Great. Yeah, thank you for that. That's really important, because a lot of time real estate agent get a bad name because of this misleading advertisement. And as I said, guys, I never seen anyone buying property and then get permanent residence straight away. And that's why I bring my friend here, Alex, to give the view from the migration point of view. Obviously, I hope this interview has been very useful for you. And if you wanna seek for advice, you can go to Alex Halim. The detail is just down here, the phone number and everything. But where can they get you apart from the link that we put here?
They can always contact me by email, which is info@alexhalim.com, or they can, in the website, there is a form for general inquiries. You can actually enter your inquiries there.
The form is here, guys. Just click the link here and you can access the form.
And we will get back to you as soon as possible.
Beautiful. Look, guys, as I said, me personally, I've used Alex and I've got a really great experience. I turned quite a few friends of mine, and that's how we become friends. Originally, we just a client and an agent, but along the way, I see the way he works and everything, and that's why I'm bringing here today and giving you the advice. But a lot of time, guys, please remember this, okay? Free information, free advice may be the worst advice that you can probably get for yourself, especially in terms of the migration. Please remember, if you're sick, you go to the doctor. Do you have to pay the doctor? If you're really sick, you need a specialist. And how much do you pay a specialist? It's the same with migration agent, guys, because at the end of the day, you really want to be handled by a professional. Imagine if you buy a property following what other real estate agents saying that you can migrate to Australia, but at the end you're investing money, $400,000, $500,000, $600,000, and then cannot to migrate to Australia, and you have to fire sale and cope the loss. What's going to happen to your life? So once again, guys, please, if you're thinking of migrate to Australia, fill the form below here and it will get you to the right advice. At least you get the right person to guide you. Alright, guys, I'll see you in the next interview. I'm pretty sure this interview is useful for you. My name is Welly Chandana and
Alex Halim.
I'll see you in the next interview.
Thank
Bye
you.
for now, guys.
Goodbye.